I think I fixed it. Maybe? I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know if I fixed it. Maybe. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. It looks like it's working. Let's see. Alright, it's working on Twitch, and I think it's back. Yes! We're back! Hello, PRETZEL! Alright. I don't know, man. I didn't do anything different. I literally didn't do anything different. I just ended that ended that stream and started a new one. I don't know what happened. I did not do anything different. I don't know what I don't. Oh well, it's alright. It'd be like that sometimes, you know. YOLO. Alright, let's hope this goes well. Okay. Well, good thing is we made almost zero progress in the game. So, it will be like I never stopped. Alright, well, I'm gonna just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going. Something is missing in our contraption. I would give a recap of everything I said before, but I'm too lazy. But, we're picking up where we left off! We're picking up where we left off. Having a great start. I'm so good at this, guys. But that's okay. It'd be like that. Alright. So, this is Mr. Saint's trick. Mr. Saint's trick. Contraption that used the well of very heavyweight 3 pulleys and 2 lanes of rope to Saint flying during the show. Oh, but we only have 1 length of rope. Oh. Let's see. Maybe I'll get it right this time. Well, good thing all the mistakes I made so far will never see the light of day on YouTube. Think about the 2 recreations, the one during the performance and the one we're looking at right now. There's a major difference between the 2. Namely that one of the ropes is missing! Oh, maybe it's the rope that we found by what's-his-name's body. Mr. Nice Body. I put his name in the title, but I already forgot his name. Mr. Saint's trick wouldn't work with only the items we see before us. So what happened? Where did the missing rope go? I think what the piece of evidence we've collected might tell us exactly that. What shows us where the missing rope went? The rope by Mr. Knight's body. This rope was found beside Knight's body. Yes, it came from here. It must have been the other rope used in Mr. Saint's trick. This rope did indeed have a weight attached to it, but it wasn't any of the iron weights we found. Those were hidden in the bushes and replaced with something else. Replaced with with the body! Think about what rope we found in the workshop was related to. The weight dropped down the well in place of the iron weight was a cold, dead corpse. Take that! And only had the nice body that was dropped down the well. This nice body was the weight, yes. Somebody first swapped out the weight used for Mr. Saint's trick. Then Mr. Saint used the contraption to make his exit from the stage. He let the rope around his body loose. Both the rope and Knight's body fell to the bottom of the well. That rope was never used to restrain Knight. It was used to suspend his body halfway down the well. From this, we can easily see why most of the weights were hidden. So no one realized it being replaced with the body. So we can then further deduce that they were hidden by the killer! Well, I still don't know who it is. Usually I've figured out who the murderer is by now. I have yet to figure out who it is. Intriguing indeed. Hello, Fender! Wasn't poor old Bronco stabbed in the neck? Wouldn't there be blood everywhere? Including down the wall, but he was wrapped in a blanket! Yes. He was wrapped in a bloody top. His top was found with the body. I think it's likely that Knight's corpse was wrapped in. Yes, clap for me. Applause. Give me the applause, Fender. Thank you. All we're doing is proving that the body did go down the well, which means we're helping to prove that Simon was the killer. Not quite. Alright, Edgeworth knows something that I don't, much like most of this game. But what about Judge Gavel said yesterday? But if Mr. Saint truly is the killer, why would he need to go such a length to commit his crime? Knight's body fell down the well when Mr. Saint used his contraption during the show. He didn't have to do that, he could have just dropped the body. Therefore, it reveals nothing about where the real killer actually was or what they were doing at the time. It's only designed to throw suspicion onto those who were not at the show. Yes, we did suspect Mr. Candace right away. That was the killer's goal, to make us think that the crime took place during the show. In other words, they used the well contraption to construct an alibi. Miss Berry, when exactly did Mr. Saint put his contraption together? Oh, hello, Regina. It would have been the day before the show, the night before, actually. We started getting ready for the show at around 9 p.m. And I think we finished at around midnight. In which case, the killer must have switched the weights out for the body after that point. Alright, we got a logic clue. Mr. Saint's trick data updated my organizer. Used during the show to send Saint flying, the weights were replaced with the victim's body by someone. Did Candace know about this contraption? Even if he did, he wouldn't have been able to do much with it. And I highly doubt that he taught his dog to suspend bodies halfway down the well. Even if he tried, I think the dog lacks the necessary dexterity, Mr. Edgeworth. Which means Candace isn't the killer. Alright. I don't know why I did this. Let's go back. Let's take a look at what clues we have. Disappearing apples. See the elephant body used as weight. I don't think we have enough to put things together yet, at least as far as I can tell. Okay, there's nothing else to look at here. Talk to Regina. No, nothing to talk to Regina about. Card. Gonna have a conversation about what Kay wants to do for fun. Let's see what Fender has to say. Great, these great secret weapon, color me intrigued. Not exactly about the book stuff though. Yeah, using great good doodads in an official investigation. Cool? You can keep a secret? Anything for the truth, am I right? It's possible that vital evidence is already being destroyed. Now, case reproduction of the scene with no hope of finding it. That would be very helpful, thank you. Pond is home to Warden Lagarde's beloved alligator. This bones was from her latest meal. We talked about the fence before as well. I feel like I'm supposed to connect some things together, but I'm not sure what. So they will probably function better as a zoo than a prison. Facts. Should I put together... Miss-L's still having a hard time. Okay, let's just YOLO. Let's put together the elephant and the apples. and see if that boosts anything. Okay. Progress. The apples in the basket were likely eaten by Isaiah. Really? That's strange. What? How is this strange, Regina? They made sure to put the cart where her trunk couldn't reach them. You sure about that? Oh yes, it was still full of apples the night before the show. We must consider the possibility that the cart was moved to somewhere within Isaiah's reach. A large basket full of apples couldn't have been moved by the wind, which likely means somebody moved it for a reason. So before the show had even started, the cart had been moved and its apples eaten. That seems to be the most probable timeline. Let's update the recreation, Kay! Thank you, ma'am. Change back that recreation first. Okay. All done. It's being used for the elephant. Hosea's apples. It's full of them the day before the show, so they vanished overnight. Figure something out, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, apparently Edgeworth has. Okay, let's put the cot and the body used way together. So maybe the cot was used to move the body. The basket was moved the night before the circus performance, and we deduced that the weights were switched out for the body at around the same time. Hard to chalk that up to coincidence. Exactly, Kay. Everything happens for a reason. And the next question we should be asking is, why was the cart moved? I think I can hazard a guess. The cart would have been blocking the door, which can only mean that somebody needs to open it. The door is locked. Let me ask Garth for help. Then the god strikes over. What can I do for you? That was fast. That was fast. I didn't even see him. Where's the key for this door? The warden keeps hold of that. I'll go ask her for it. Okay, so the warden is... Oh. The guard is the only one with the key. Eefy! Meaning if somebody did open the door, they would have had to get it from her somehow. So either the warden is the killer, or she lost her key somehow. Thanks for the help! Oh. Okay. Look at all these breakers. They must control the electricity for the whole prison. They're thinking somebody got in here the night before the show. What were they trying to do? I doubt they came here by mistake thinking it was a breaker. They must have come to tamper with the switches. Turn off the power to something? Come to think of it, wasn't there something that lost power? Might have lost power had a breaker being flipped. The camera! The security camera! It was a 3-hour gap. Yeah, there was a 3-hour gap in the security camera footage. Somebody flipped the breaker it was connected to. Seems very likely. Do you think it was the killer? Possibly. It's true that shutting up the cameras would have made things easier for them. Which means the killer would have to be someone who had access to the breakers. Oh, Fifi, Fifi, I liked you, Fifi! Seems only one person has the key. Breakers data jotted down in my organizer. Located in the power room just off the prison yard where they tampered with the night before the body was found. Work here is done. Alright, we're done investigating the courtyard, it seems. Investigation complete, and I regained the HP that I lost. Oh, it's them. It's Pinky and the Brain. That's what I call them from now. He's Pinky and she's the Brain. Hello, Eustace. First on the scene, the early birds wins the worm. Good morning. How did you get here before me? How did Miles get here before you? He's obviously very good at his job. Good morning. I see you made an early start. I have. I see you made a late one, Judge Gravel. This is not my only case. I'm a very busy woman. I see. Damn! Not all of us enjoy the freedom for prosecutor relief. This is only her responsibility. Excuse you. And of course, an associate attorney. Huh? Those asinine associate don't even sound remotely similar. Let us begin the investigation of the yard. You go ahead. Here's some officer help. It won't be necessary. We've already finished investigating the yard and won quite the prize in the process. You're supposed to be the winner? I'm sure there's a trophy for you somewhere. Your Honor. Oh, we're already off to a start with the condescending finger wag? I'd like to revisit your theory from yesterday in order to thoroughly disprove it. I would caution you to choose your words carefully, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sure you remember your badge is in my hands. All she ever does is threaten us. How could I forget? You told me several dozen times already. Perhaps you'd care to try a different threat. My words seem to have fallen on deaf ears. Because your argument is kind of not very good, Judge Gavel. Committee cannot and will not tolerate subordination. Well, the committee needs help. Objection! Fate on my badge and the whims of the committee are of no concern to me now. The only thing that concerns me is proving Simone Saint's innocent. Spoken like a true defense attorney. In that case, I shall be equally uncompromising. In the name of the goddess of justice, I'll strike down your case without mercy. Are you sure you're a judge, ma'am? Are you sure you're not a cult leader? You've not come to regret this? I'll be fine. Judge Gavel's theory. My theory remains the same as when I related to you yesterday. Mr. Costorado did not see Mr. Knight's body when he passed through the tunnel. As such, the body could only have been dropped down the well during the show. We both know the only one who could have dropped the body down there during the show is Mr. Saint. Alright. You can prove it, of course? Of course you can. What do you think you're up against? Eustace! Eustace, you haven't even investigated the scene. Why do you think she didn't say anything? What Eustace means to say is that we received the final autopsy report just ahead of our arrival. Is he looking after baby Winner? The victim appears to have died the night before the body was discovered. In other words, the night before the show. The cause of death is as stated, seeing that the wound is 4 inches deep. Our estimate of death is between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. on 27th. It's to death from a stab wound to the neck, which matches our theory on when the body is dropped. Simone Saint was off stage for a period of 15 minutes. That was plenty of time for him to throw the victim's body down the well. Judge Gavel hasn't investigated the yard yet, which means I fear there may be something of a flaw with your theory, Your Honor. You seem very confident of that. But do you have any evidence to prove it? Maybe? Mouse is claiming yes. I'm reserving judgment, but I'm inclined to agree with him. Okay, let's press this. Let's press the statement. Theory being that Mr. Saint was the killer. You're starting to claim to rather start. Oh my god, they're going back and forth, back and forth. Any idea who the real killer might be? And I see what evidence you yourself have first. I'm a mystery of the goddess of justice. My words are her words, but her words are wasted on you. Ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. You're a judge, okay? You're not a priestess. You're not a cult leader. This is a little weird. Yeah, is this a court or a cult? Exactly, Andrews. What the hell? Let's keep going. Alright, so let's press the statement that Mr. Corsardo did not see Mr. Knight's body when he got to the tunnel. Is it possible Mr. Corsardo simply failed to notice the body? You've been through a secret passage, have you not? I noticed mud on you yesterday on that charming key in your hair, to be precise. Would you or would you not have noticed the body had one been present? Yes, I would have. Alright! Mr. Carson does see a body, which means there was nobody there to see. Okay, so... she's not wrong that the body could have only been dropped down the wall during the show. So let's talk about that for a second. Okay, could you talk us through your reasoning on that a little more? The day before the performance, Mr. Knight borrowed the key from Mr. Corsardo. Key to his cell. Mr. Knight then used the key to leave his cell and enter Mr. Saint's cage. Mr. Saint took Mr. Knight to the yard in that cage, and that's where he killed him. Following day, Mr. Corsardo crawled his way through the tunnel, but there was no body there yet. I smelled that sweet smell, so Mr. Knight must have been in the tunnel already. Body did not pass through the tunnel until sometime after Mr. Corsardo. He used the tunnel right around the time the show was starting. The body was discovered just after the performance ended. Would you deduce that the body could only have been thrown down the well during the show, which is correct. Okay. But now she's claiming that it has to be Mr. Saint. Nobody else have done it. I understand that Miss Barry was on stage for the entire performance. Most of the prisoners were watching the show. Those who were not have plausible alibis. What about the guards? They too were watching the show, as was the warden. The guard could have easily approached the wall unnoticed. None of the guards left their post during the show. I have checked this for myself. I see. Okay. No, it's good. This is good, Miles. This is good. This is good. She has done a lot of the footwork for us. Because it couldn't be any of... it just means that the body was placed in the well beforehand. Okay. This is where we present... the trick. Alright! We're shaking our head. Sorry, Your Honor, Sorry, Your Honor, but there's something else you're going to have to take into account. The well in the yard was rigged up to create a certain unique contraption. Yes, a contraption. You will recall that Mr. Saint was sent flying from the stage by the elephant. Yes, just before he was to be absent for some time. He was only able to fly through the air thanks to a weighted rope he tied around himself. Dropping the weight end down the well allowed him to complete the trick. Eustace! Let me finish! No, it wouldn't send him flying since he sent him from the stage. Simple, really. He kept the weight from falling by using a stake to keep the rope in place. The second rope, he was able to pull the stake free, thereby controlling when the weight was dropped. But found evidence to suggest that the original weight was replaced with Knight's body. It was done by the real killer in order to create an alibi. The estimated time of death tells us that the murder took place early in the morning. The killer could have tampered with the contraption in the time between the murder and the show. Objection. What are you objecting to? You're saying Mr. Saint himself set the contraption upright. Why would he need to do that? Why would he need to do that when he could literally just dispose of the body? Who do you think is the number one most likely person to use it to dispose of a body? Eustace! There's no reason for him to make the contraption! He could just drop the body in there when he was free! If Mr. Saint was a killer, he could have simply done as Judge Goodell theorized without these extra steps. She's so sparkly! Does anyone else know how Mr. Saint's trick works? Well, let's see. We had to give the prisoners approval on what we were going to perform. So I don't think Simon's the only one who knows. And there you have it. Alright. She's saying it's interesting. You've certainly been diligent in your investigation. And yet I fail to comprehend your actions still. Why do you not work to do what is right? What do you mean? Finding the truth is what is right! Yeah, is what I'm doing wrong? If so, who is it that deems it so? What? How can you not see that you're doing wrong this very moment? I'm sorry, I thought the court is supposed to find the truth and then condemn the guilty. You're a prosecutor, yet you have to aid the defense? I mean, if the defense is not guilty! Flies in the face of common sense. I'm sorry, ma'am! Ma'am! You're operating under the assumption the defense is guilty. You don't have enough evidence to prove them guilty. You can't just say someone is wrong because they don't agree with you. I think only of what is right and just and as I see fit in with any situation I'm confronted with. This is the path I've chosen, and whether you can comprehend that choice is immaterial. But if you mean to stand in my way, I will fight with all I can bring to bear. Perhaps the goddess of justice is testing me? No! Perhaps you should think of it logically. Just because you're a prosecutor doesn't mean you have to be certain that someone, by the way, you haven't even charged him with the crime. You haven't even charged Simone with the crime. They're not, technically he's not the defense. He is a suspect. She makes no sense. Very well, if it is her will that we must fight, then I shall end this once and for all. Yeah, but that's not going to happen because I'm the MC, ma'am. There's another reason why only Mr. Sane can be the killer. Alright. Ain't no way she's the judge. Her logic is so odd. Also, by definition, if you're a judge, you're supposed to be impartial. You can't just decide the defense is guilty. Huh? Your job as the judge is to hear out both the defense and the prosecutor and then decide whether or not the defense is guilty. You can't go into the courtroom thinking the defense is guilty. What kind of judge are you? We don't like her. Why, Sane is the suspect. The body was moved from the yard to the workshop, and Mr. Knight must have first been brought here to the yard from the cell. Okay. The only person who had the opportunity to do that is Simone Sane. Sure about that? And thus he remains the only plausible suspect. You sure about that? Why would he do that? Because he can? Or take such an unwieldy object all the way to the holding cells because he can? Why do you carry your stupid gavel everywhere? Because you can! That's exactly the kind of thing he would do. It's entirely possible that he took the cage with him out of absent-mindedness and nothing else. Or just because he could! Maybe plausible, but it is no more or less plausible than him having helped Mr. Knight to escape. Ma'am, your job as the judge is not to say, well, because both of this is possible, I'm going to just decide which happened. No! Your job as the judge is to look at evidence that is either or and then use that. If there's a possibility of both, you can't just say, well, I just decided which possibility is more probable. Ma'am? Told you should have been a fiction writer. Anyway, let's press her. She's pissing me off. Seem to think Mr. Knight was killed here in the yard. Why do you think he was brought here? Sometime between midnight and 8 a.m. the day of the show. Could only have been during that time. In other words, between the end of the rehearsal and the start of the performance. The body was moved from the yard at the workshop. Mr. Knight must have first been brought here to the yard from the south.
Hold it!
Is there really no other way he could have come here? This night was awaiting trial, and he, a random non-inmate, had openly entered the prison proper. Surely would have been noticed. Sure about that? And presumably none of your witnesses have testified to having seen such a thing. I used to be the... What? Huh? Ma'am! Ma'am! I have a brain! I don't need the goddess justice to grant me anything. Excuse me. It can only be that mission I was brought over here in secret. Not if the killer is Fifi.
Hold it!
So nobody else had the opportunity? The entire facility is monitored at all times. Is it really? Any other ordinary would have been spotted.
Overruled.
The warden had granted the members of Circus Troop special access. As a member of that troop, under the supervision of Miss Berry, he is the only person who was free to wonder where he will. Seems you've forgotten something, Your Honor. Forget is not a word in my vocabulary? Very well, then recall this fact if you will. You claim that Mr. Saint is the only person who was free to walk around the prison. There was a brief period of time on the day of the crime in this prison. A time when it would have been possible for anyone to move through the prison entirely unmonitored. But I have that shows where this period on the day of the crime where oversight was limited. Edrith, I wish you would talk to me first before, you know, before you tell people things. I was putting correspondence. Oh, security camera footage? Mr. Saint is far from the only one who had the opportunity. Eustace, can you sit down and drink your milk while I converse with your mom? We previously established that the time code on the security footage was off by 3 hours, and from this we can deduce that there must have been a power outage lasting for that length of time, during which anyone could have moved around the prison undetected. You can say our killer intentionally created this 3-hour gap. No, I brought this up for shits and giggles, Gaval! There was no simple camera malfunction. Is that even possible? I don't know, ma'am. You're the one that comes up with all these weird-ass theories. You tell me. It's completely possible to create a 3-hour gap using this. Alright, the breakers.
Take that!
Suddenly, her imagination doesn't work anymore. And our investigation of the yard turned out something rather interesting. A panel of breakers, one which can be used to cut the power to the security cameras. We also learned that the door to the power room may have been open at around the time of the murder. Such a shame to see one so capable fall so short of the mark. And how does he explain the lock on the power room door? It's kind of locked up tight, and the warden's the only one with the key. So, Miss Gaval, who do you think the killer is? Those breakers are vital to the prison's infrastructure, so I very much doubt that anyone could have gained access to the power room's key so easily. And it never crossed your mind. I'm sorry, your first thought should not have been, well, that's not possible because the warden has the key. Your first thought should have been, well, who has access to the key? They are now a suspect. What kind of judge are you? What kind of judge are you? One person could have, exactly. That person, the killer, had easy access to it, in fact. And what's more, their position here is such that nobody would dare question them. There's no one like that? Are you dumb, Eustace? Will you drop this, a baby? The breaker to electric fence is in there. There will be questioned instant. Unless there's a warden! God! Incompetent! There's only one person who meets this criteria. I know, I'm sad. The person with access to power room key was... I love Fifi! If Fifi is the killer, she's the killer. The real culprit is... Hi, Fifi. Warden the guard. Oh! I really like her! Oh, well. Just just look at you and she's like, cutest little poochie woo. He's not just a pretty face. Miss Owls has quite the nose for sweet things. It seems he's smelling something very sweet indeed, and it's coming from you. Oh, darling, you're making me blush. I'm not even wearing perfume. And perhaps the sweet stench of death. You're a regular poet, aren't you? I had no idea. If I didn't know better, I almost think you were calling Maud the killer. Huh? Huh? Oh, Fifi. I really liked you. That is precisely what I'm calling you. Eustace, can you just sit down and drink your milk? You don't need to speak up every 2 seconds. Yes, Warden Lagarde is the killer. Oh, what happened to the screen? Okay, here we go. Yes, Warden Lagarde is the killer. Do you realize what you're saying? It baffles me that it's not the first thing that came to your mind. Such a naughty boy. How could he suspect me? I'm the one in charge around here. That makes you the person that could easily get away with it. It's like we're in a murder mystery, aren't we? Equally far-fetched is preposterous. Give out! For someone with an abundance of imagination, you're awfully bad at it right now. Sadly, it's not, though I can hardly believe it myself, but this is where the evidence points, and we must trust in the evidence. A piece of evidence proved that Warden Lagarde is the killer. Oh, no, can't see, but... Okay, hang on. I think it's the bell, but I'm not sure. Facility. Okay, it's not these. We're gonna do a quick process of elimination. There's not anything on the first page. Okay, not this, not this, not this, not this, not this. Possibly not this. Not this. Not this. This. Okay, I'm gonna go with the bell.
Take that!
Okay, that was not it. Okay, let's go with the breaker room. Oh, Miss Mel smells something on Warden Lagarde just now. What if this could be the key to this case? Okay. Oh, are you talking about using your body? Your scent betrays you, Warden. Okay, okay. That was a bit of a stretch, but okay. Here's your accuser. The police dog. We had to track a sweet scent that was lingering around Knight's body back when it was first found. He now appears to be smelling the same scent, and it's coming from you. Darling, you're priceless. Really you are. Your evidence is a whiff of suspicion. Very tedious to put him in his place. The bell is not so sure. It seems Judge Gavot may have reached a similar conclusion to myself. You believe this to be no mere coincidence, Mr. Edgeworth? After all, she had the key and the scent falling on the body is hers as well. Were it just one or the other, we might be able to brush it off as coincidence. However, and it seems the conclusion approaches. Perhaps you should hear what the warden has to say for herself. All of a sudden, Gavelle is smartening up. We shouldn't. When we have, this case will finally be at an end. Will it, Edgeworth? Will it? Toby's simply awful. Stop looking at me like that. Oh, Fifi. I really like her, though. She's so cute. How could I possibly do such a thing? I mean, judging by the coat you're wearing. Your friend around your neck won't last for much longer. Alright, here we go. I didn't do it! I like that. I like that. Clear and precise and to the point. Verity told me everything she knows about the case, sweetie. The victim died in his cell, so by your logic, I would have to kill him there. But how am I supposed to have moved the body, especially as I never went into the prison? I was too busy with work, you see. I was cooped in my office until right before the show began. Check if you like, you won't find a record anywhere of me having entered or left the prison proper. I haven't the first idea what harebrained theories your little scamps have cooked up, but I'm innocent. There's simply no way I could be the killer. Miss L doesn't lie. Gumshoe, that is not how this works. Think I'm lying? Go and check the records. She clearly wants us to check those records, which means they won't help us. We'll just have to find another way of getting the truth out of her. Stop being a big silly. You made a boo-boo and you know it. Aww. Alright, here we go. Press her first statement. Judge Cabell told you everything? Are you close? Thick as thieves, darling. Why do you ask? Are you jealous? Of what? I had to ask one Lagar for a lot of information on the first day of our investigation. It seems only right that I share some information in return. It makes sound so awfully dry, though we had a lovely chat. Ha ha ha. Psst, the way she laughed. Ha ha ha. I simply shared the truth in our conversation was the least I could do. I'm not sure what's going on with these two. They're terrifying, horrible both together. Alright, so let's press the fact that the victim died in his cell. So by your logic, I had to kill him.
Hold it!
The murder took place in his cell? You seem very happy to accept that. And why shouldn't I be, since the most likely place where it had happened without drawing attention? And besides, they found nice blood in his cell. Yes, that was from being struck by Mr. Costerado. I needn't tell her that, I suppose. I take it there's also been no testimony to the contrary? What does it matter? Not being killed in his cell doesn't go against any of the facts anyway? How am I supposed to move the body such that I never went into the prison? Do you have any evidence that you didn't enter the prison? Let me finish, okay? Too busy with work, you see I was cooped in my office and right before the show began. So you were in your office the whole time and you didn't notice anything unusual? No, I can't say that I did. You didn't notice anything missing. I must confess, I'm a rather messy girl. Forgetful one of that, put something down and it's lost forever. It's a curse, darling, a curse. Even lost some important evidence recently. It was gone, poof, just like that. She's probably talking about the bell. Honestly, if someone came to my office and took something, it might be years before I noticed. Seems like I'll need more than a power room key to expose her. On the day of the murder, I was working in my office and looking for something I'd misplaced. Even if I had a reason to go into the prison, I simply wouldn't have had the time. Check if you like, you won't find a record anywhere of me having entered or left the prison proper.
Hold it!
So maybe you didn't go through the main entrance up to the prison, but what if you took another route? Surely you don't mean that awful filthy tunnel they discovered. Well, until yesterday I had no idea it even existed. No, you had another way in, I'm certain of it. A route that didn't require going through the main entrance or the tunnel. The route went through this location. Oh, I guess you could have gone through here.
Take that!
Oh, the yard! Sorry. It was supposed to be in the yard. It's this way. It's this way. I was thinking the opposite direction. She could have gone through the yard. Oh, it was the night before the show. Okay, I know. Alright. Alright, guys, stop talking! Let me go back! Okay. Okay. Let's press this one.
Hold it!
Could have gone through the yard. Okay. Alright, here we go. We're losing a lot of HP in this. I'm not doing too hot. Through the fence. Yes. Warden, you took Knight from the cell and brought him to your office, which just happens to be connected to the yard. Get away through the fence, then you would have been able to circumvent both the entrance and the tunnel. Go start for creativity, darling! How would I have gotten through the fence? Extremely high fence topped with razor wire with thousands of volts of electricity going through it. Eustace! Sit down! The fence's electricity supplies can be cut off from the power room, and only you had the key, Warden. No one but you could have done it. Okay, the power room is on the prison side of the yard. Warden Lagarde was on the detention center side. How would she even have reached the power room? Exactly. Dug yourself a real hole now. There's no record of Warden Lagarde having entered the prison proper. And the idea that she could have shuttled the fence by using the breaker is out of the question. There must be some way she could have done it. Oh, Fender's coming in with some sage advice! Take a deep breath, big guy. Lose your cool and you've lost everything. If I don't find the solution, she might still wake up. So take a deep breath and I'll freak out and completely lose your cool. There's nothing to be gained by banging your hand against the same wall. No matter how you look at it, Warden Lagarde couldn't have done it alone.
Objection!
Hold, ma'am! I'm thinking. I'm not obstructing justice is not to be used in this situation, Gaval. I'm not obstructing an investigation. We're literally trying to talk it out right now. That was a reflexive objection, but now that I've yelled it, if I don't come up with an answer, it's all over. I have one more thing to add, if you'll permit me. Something that explains how the warden could have shut off the breaker from the wrong side of the fence. That's because it's not as impossible as it seems. Enabled her to shut up the breaker. An accomplice. She couldn't have done it alone. But what if she wasn't alone? Now we're talking. Wait, it flex the old gray matter? Oh, that's such a bad way of talking about it. I believe that Warden Lagarde had an accomplice. I disappoint you! You disappoint me, Cabal! Inmates of this prison are all issued with security bracelets. The ones that raise the alarm people go where they're not supposed to. Mm-hmm. But one of them was broken. No, I haven't realized my error. No, we're not only the braces are worn, but even the guards surveil each other for signs of wrongdoing. And in spite of that, no one knows Mr. Caserado's escape. The only one who are free to roam are the animals. No, that's not true. So our accomplice must be human. And who did it, given that it cannot have been a prisoner or a guard? Oh, ma'am! I wouldn't be so quick to roll it out either, Yana. The fact is, there's one person, someone whose movements weren't restricted. And I have just the evidence to show who that free-roaming person was.
Take that!
This is one of the prisoner's bracelets. Indeed, a broken bracelet belonging to a certain self-proclaimed model prisoner. What do I mean? Who is this prisoner? Ma'am? Frank saw it. Warden Lagarde's favorite inmate. Oh, she sweated! She sweated! It's strange, isn't it, Warden? That he was able to keep his broken bracelet hidden and wander freely around the prison all the while. Sweating. It couldn't be the case that he was permitted some sort of special leeway, could it? Although you are in the habit of giving such leeway to certain others. Bodhidharma Canis, for example. That is pure speculation.
Objection!
But in that case, why don't we ask Mr. Saw himself? I'm confident he will confirm for us that he and Warden Lagarde were accomplices in this crime. But two of them have worked together, certain route into the prison becomes viable. The real route by which Knight was moved from his cell to the prison proper. Recall that there were two big obstacles in her path. First, the security camera outside Knight's cell. Second, the electrified fence in the yard. She was able to remove both obstacles in one fell swoop by having Mr. Saw shut up the corresponding breakers. Alright. Fifi's getting serious. Yeah, do you still deny it, Warden Lagarde? No, darling, you've got me. I admit it. Sorry, Verity, honey. I'm afraid it is. Frankie helped me do it. No, we didn't get her. She's going to confess to moving the body, but she's not going to confess to the murder. We'll be working out this one out. Is she going to confess to the murder or just to moving the body? As Mr. Edgeworth said, I had Frankie switch off the breaker. But we didn't kill Nye, did we? No, Sweetums, no, we didn't. That's what I thought. I knew it. She's gonna admit to moving the body, but she's not gonna admit to the murder. But confess and you shall be saved. Ma'am! Ma'am! This is not a church! This is not a cult! Religion has no place in the courtroom! God. Hello, souls! How case going so far? We're getting to the end! We're getting to the end of the case. We're almost at the end where we figure out who the killer is. So, let's see how long it's gonna take us to do that. My dinner is steak, rice, and spinach. Yum. Yummy. I want steak. We have steak in the fridge. In the freezer. I haven't figured out how to cook it yet. I want steak. Yum. Yes. Alright. Let's see if I can get this done in the next hour. Let's see if we can clean this up within the next hour. Alright. I was being threatened. I had no choice but to do as he said. But Adharma Canis, that awful assassin. Canis? How long has it been since that awful man came here to my beautiful prison? I'll never forget the day he arrived. I got this? It's fine. The moment we were alone, he said this to me. You should know that I have other dogs. Dogs not confined to this fine institution. Very loyal dogs. Dogs would do anything I ask of them. Of course, he wasn't talking about real dogs. He was talking about his very human cronies. Then he said one last thing. I recommend that you take care in how you treat me during my stay here. I wouldn't want to have to set my dogs on you or your precious family. I had no choice. I gave him that cell. I gave him everything he asked for. I became the fixer? Yes, darling, I obeyed his very command and smuggled in for him all he wanted. Eventually, I brought dear sweet Frankie into a little conspiracy. He agreed right away, of course, because I made things easier for him, too. You're smuggling contraband? How exactly? Once a week, late at night, Frankie would shut off the breakers. That allowed me to go from my office into the yard without being seen by the cameras. And I simply dropped the package down the well on the prison side and went back through the fence. Each one of them spritzed with a little of my perfume. So that's what the sweet smell was. The signal for Canis' dog. When he picked up the scent, he would fetch the package and bring them back to his master. But to make sure Rocco wasn't in his cell at the time, of course. And being easy, keeping him from finding out. It's a pretty good case, especially Shock Knight being murdered. Yeah, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting all the cases to be connected. Yeah, he's evil. Can it be easy keeping him from finding out? They're all very much creatures of habit here at the prison, darling. Everything runs to a schedule. Meals, exercise hours, that sort of thing. We knew when he wasn't there. And that adorable little bear of his freezes with fright at the sight of Canis' dog. So there was no risk of him raising an alarm either. His oversight over everything here at the prison, which made her the perfect mule. With her on his side, Canis couldn't fail. Frankie would sneak out again early in the morning to switch the breakers back on, and our work was done. Apart from fixing the time codes on the cameras, which I would do later when I got the chance. You've shared a great deal, Warden. The goddess of justice will surely take your honesty into account. I've been the most dreadful fool I know I have. I'm supposed to be the one in charge. The day of Knight's murder was also one of our deliveries. And so Frankie, bless his heart, did his usual work with the breakers. But there was no package for me to deliver that day, so I didn't go out into the yard. That's the secret behind the fixer system, why she was. He's been trying to track down his accomplice for the longest time. Even I had to lend them a hand myself. Heaven knows how many times I've called the secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me. No matter what I say or how much evidence I present him with, he simply won't say a word. That's why you were interrogating Mr. Canis over and over. I was trying to track down those horrible hench people of his. I borrowed everything the police had on that rotten scoundrel. I watched his every move, intercepted every letter he wrote. This letter, and I suppose she must know about his correspondence chess games too. But no matter what I did, I couldn't turn up any clues as to why his underlings were. Living in fear like this, just can't comprehend it. You've just heard yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The words of Warden Lagarde's confession have cleansed her of all suspicion. No, she has no proof. Really, there's no need to hound her any longer. Has she really been clear of all suspicious, though? Or is there more about her to uncover? There's definitely more. This conversation isn't over yet. And I think the goddess of justice would agree. It's not about suffering! What? Gavel, someone comes with a sob story and you immediately like, oh no, that's so sad. Innocent. Is that how the court works around here? If anyone should be replaced, it's you. Fortunately, her suffering under Mr. Canis is nothing to prove her innocence in Knight's murder. She admitted herself that she knew of an even facility the so-called fixer's delivery. I believe she used that same route to move Knight's body. What is your evidence, Mr. Ashford? So the fact that the sweet-smelling Knight's body is the exact same scent Warden Lagarde uses to signal delivery. What do you make of that? That's because we've done it so many times by now that the whole well probably smells of it. Something must have rubbed off on his body. It does match the statement that Mr. Castrato provided. Oh, he smelled kind of nice down there. Okay. Something like dessert, I guess. His words would seem to suggest that smell had permeated the well. Nice, Edgeworth, let's go! Not yet, not yet. This is gonna take a sec. You can't just, this is not court! Can I do this as far as we go? Use this, shut up! You've done absolutely nothing! Can you sit down? It's not adjourned! Excuse me? Ma'am! This is not a courtroom! I'm not done yet. Things are just getting good, exactly. Yes, we are absolutely objecting to adjourning the session. This isn't even a courtroom! But I shout out objection if I want to do that. You do you, G. Adjourn, don't adjourn, whatever floats your boat. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Let's all just take a chill pill, shall we? By which I mean a square of chocolate goodness. You're trying to get yourself charged with contempt of court. This is not a courtroom, ma'am! Just had a quick request to make us all. A small saint's lawyer, that is. Yes. You're killing me here. You've been making Mr. Edgeworth do everything this whole time. Which is why I figured it's time to put in some work. Wow, that's just mean, Gabal. This is her, yeah, this is Bender doing some prep work for the upcoming trial. Mind if I question the witness? Amusing, but what is there left to ask? I've got a feeling in my funny bone that Thieves here has something more to tell us about the killer. Yes, indeed. See, as a major player on Team Simon, I can spot a sympathizer when I see one. And you don't think he did it, do you? So tell us who did. Come on, spill the beans. We're all ears. He's trying to coax Warden Lagarde into giving something away. Ask yourself, why would she go to all the trouble of setting Mr. Knight's body on such an odd journey? Because she wanted to frame Mr. Canis. He was convicted of committing murder here. That could have been grounds for transfer to another prison. Most likely a more secure facility. Or be out of her hair forever. Precisely, she saw opportunity and seized it. Eustace! Can you just sit down and drink your milk? You're just ready to prosecute her? With what evidence? Yes, let's go, Eddie! That's Rysos. Bender to the rescue! Maybe we should find out what she thinks first. Don't want to get the wrong guy, yeah? Well, Warden, are you happy to testify further? Of course! How could I refuse the silver-tongued devil? Eddie Kiss, you have such a way with words! It's doing my job, Thief. Besides, one can't tell the truth without telling the whole truth, can one? I'm simply dying to tell all verily, darling. Do say you'll let me. As you wish. Court is unadjourned. Damn. Thank you for the timely intervention. It's the least I could do. Kay's not wrong. I've been leaning on you hard. Besides, the defense never rests. Am I right? Simon's depending on us. Sadly, I think I just about exhausted my reserves of full lawyer chat here. We can't follow this up now. Oh, I'm up again? Alright, here we go. Let's get started. Alright, Fifi. My truth. I really don't think anyone could have done it but that dreadful man Kenneth. There's no telling what went on between him and the victim. Perhaps he simply took a disliking to him, he certainly would tie. But whatever the sordid detail, it was him. He stabbed a poor man to death. Then he had his dog disposed of the body. That simply has to be what happened. The victim, Mr. Knight, yes? Did him the most terrible disservice. You killed him. I suppose you could put it that way. If I wanted such a sorry excuse for a warden, this wouldn't have happened. Nice, let's go! I got this. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best. And that's why I have to clean up this terrible mess. Oh, Fifi. I'm sorry Mr. Knight is looking down, weeping tears of gratitude. No, I think Mr. Knight would like to be alive. Oh, so I'm pretty sure Mr. Knight is not above us. I'm pretty sure he's under us. 6 feet under. Rebuttal time! Alright. Press statement. Wait, doesn't think where she's like, I don't think anyone could have done it except for Candace. You seem very confident in your assertion. Why is that? Because all the other children in my little home are absolute sweethearts. They have faith in themselves and in one another. They have faith in the guards and me. And they work hard every day to better themselves. None of them would dare commit murder. It's a very touching reason indeed, and I don't believe a word of it. Candace? Oh, he's brought into the court. He's the only one who would do something like that. No! This may be her struggling. This might be her final attempt to lead us a wire. I will give her kudos for sticking to her story till the very end and trying her best. Yeah, in a bad place. Oh, he's in a bad, terrible place.
Hold it!
Now I was being kept in a holding cell while Mr. Kano was in prison proper. What could possibly happen between them when they were at opposite ends of this facility? Prisons aren't as big as they seem, you know. All kinds of awful things can happen. The Knight only arrived 2 days before he was murdered. Can't imagine anything significant happening in that short space of time. You don't know Candace, my dear. He'd find a way, I'm sure of it. Perhaps simply took a disliking to him. He certainly would type. This is why I love Edgeworth. I know! He's so snarky. How can you take a dislike to someone all the way over in the holding cell? So I'm just plucking possibilities out the air, darling. As I said, there's no telling what really went on between them. You're so awfully serious, aren't you? Nothing in mind. Why is she looking at me like that? Edgeworth. Almost every woman you've come across look at you like that. So noble, so dashing, that marvelous suit, so clever. I can feel myself becoming your biggest fan, darling. I really can. Another one! I wasn't prepared for that mental onslaught. Alright, let's press this. What more can you tell us about the sordid details? Well, we all know that Candace once did what Candace once did for a living. I doubt the killing part gave him much trouble, especially as the victim was already injured. His neck, I think. Couldn't turn his head to the right. Boy, yeah, that's what they told me when they brought him in anyway. You must make some sort of report for the warning when new prisoners are admitted. You seem keen for us to think you didn't know much about Knight. That's because I didn't, sweetie. The victim was simply a fun target to that monster and nothing more. I expect Candace used the chisel that was hidden in the chest set, don't you? All for grisly business. imagine the men probably didn't even have time to cry out. Your thoughts, they were very helpful. Actually, I'd like to hear about them in a little more detail if you don't mind. Chat with you all day. You look so nervous, darling. I'm only teasing. Of course, we can talk about this stuff. Let's press that.
Hold it.
And which chess set would that be precisely? Well, the one the victim brought in, sweetie. Do try to keep up. The victim was a certified chess fanatic, or so I'm led to believe. The naughty boy snuck a chisel inside it. Can you imagine? How does she know about the chisel in the chess set? Only a few people are supposed to know about that. After all, we only learn about it thanks to a certain deduction. So how does she find out? Of course, in the hands of a killer like Candace, even a chisel could serve as a deadly weapon. Easy work for that vile assassin. Seem to have very strong feelings about Mr. Candace. Alright, stop. The blow hidden by Candace inside his dog's mouth and smelled. Knife. Candace didn't have the bow. Of course, I told you what he said to me. What an absolute menace he was to Terry. He could split out of anything, the snake. Sounds as tough as a rock. And then if you're any South certifies look on his face when they took him back to the South, my blood boils just thinking about it. So I don't blame her on that count.
Hold it.
Surely you're not suggesting that the dog threw the body down the well. I told you already, darling. Candace has more dogs than that beastly creature. Remember, he has pets on the outside, too. He brought someone from outside the prison to help him with that. Of course not, silly. How would they have made it through security? He's the so-called fixer, no? Exercise that fabulous brains of yours a little. How hard would it be for him to recruit a dog on the inside or even plant one? I see. Does dog have a name? If I knew that, my life would be so much easier now, wouldn't it? Anyway, it was just a little thought. You can ponder in your own sweet time. Okay. One of Lagarde's testimony is a little more than a house of cards. I just need to push on the right statement. Okay, so we already did. Okay. I'm not sure which I'm supposed to present. I'm gonna start with the chess set. Okay, see, it was the chess set. I got a condescending finger wag. Warden Lagarde. You strike me as being more careful than the image you project suggests. Call me Phoebe or Sweetie Pie if you prefer. Oh, why is almost every woman that Ezra has to interrogate ends up in this line? Good job, oh thank you souls, I'm doing my best. However, I think you may have been a little less careful than you realize in this instance. Tee-hee, aren't you just the most adorable little creature? Don't be embarrassed, we're all family here. Ezra. Let her get inside your head. You said earlier that you didn't know much about knives. In which case, I find it rather strange that you know about the chisel. Of course I do, darling. Do you think we don't check prisons when they come in?
Objection!
You're not talking your way out of this one, ma'am. This is entirely irrelevant, you know it. Knight didn't bring the chess set into the prison himself. It was brought by Mr. Saint when he came to visit. Knight wouldn't have had it with him when he arrived. Oh no! We caught her! We caught her, souls. We caught her. Yeah, of course that when Mr. Saint came in. No. You checked him? I find that hard to believe, because if you did, that makes your story all the stranger. If you found the chisel, why did you not confiscate it there and then? Oh no. Judge Cabell, did you tell anyone about the hidden compartment in the chess set? I did not. Oh no. Fifi! If no one leaked our findings, then how exactly did you learn about the chisel, Warden Lagarde? Because it certainly couldn't have been when you checked Knight or Mr. Saint on their arrival. Busted! That's right! Indeed, such a thing would imply an intentional oversight that had been found, yet let through. Precisely, so Warden Lagarde answered truthfully this time. Where and when did you learn about the chess set? If you won't answer, then allow me. Alright, darling, there's no need to rub it in. You got me, alright? Question 9. That was when I learned about the chess set. Please, you have to believe I did not kill him. One moment, Warden. This is a significant development. The court requests that you make a detailed statement on the record. Any objections? Of course not. None, Your Honor. I'll clear up this awful misunderstanding, I promise. Oh, Fifi. Go ahead, Warden Lagarde. Please tell the truth this time. Her lies are starting to wear thin. This is my chance to expose her. My Truth, Part 2. I said I questioned that, but it wasn't anything serious, you understand. I make a point of talking to every newcomer to our little home. Night was no different. We just had a little chat, you might call it. And after we talked, I had him taken back to the south straight away. The more she lies, the more thoroughly she seals her fate. It's simply a conversation with new detainee that seems entirely above board. You think so? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, indeed. You understand. Alright. What proof do you have to back up your statement? Suppose we shall see, won't we? You may begin your cross-examination. There you go. Alright, let's press the not-so-serious statement. So am I right in assuming that you talked to Knight the night before the show? Exactly, darling. It would have been around 3 a.m. on the 27th. Huh? Funny enough, that's also the time of death. While squaring the window of time lay down the autopsy report. That seems rather late for a friendly chat when he had been asleep. Normally, yes, but if you remember, a guard was attacking his cell. We had to examine the scene of the crime, gather information. These things take time, sweetie. I assure you, he was wide awake. We all were. Regardless, I find it somewhat odd that you would choose to question him at such a late hour. Huh? Anyway, no matter how odd you think it is, I hadn't brought to me, and that's what happened. Must you really insist on questioning every last thing I say? Like, yeah, sorry. But be sure to scold him once we're done! Alright, Fender. Would you mind giving us a little more info, like where you had him brought to? My office, of course. Where else? Our office is where we believe the body was moved from. Would you mind appending what you just said to your testimony? Anything for you, darling. Alright. Press 3 a.m. the night before the show. Remind me where your office is? Seen this sign. You've seen the sign in the detention center card, I imagine. The one that says no entry? That's it, sweetie. My office is just up in there. Short walk from the holding cell. Understand that you also have access to the yard? Well, of course. That's where my gorgeous little garden is. I see where you're going with this. Saying that's how I move the body. You have the means and the opportunity. It's hardly possible. Hardly impossible proves nothing. You have no evidence for this assertion. Coming from the lady that's been theorizing things with possibilities, you're a bit hypocritical, ain't you, Gaval?
Objection!
There's no other way that the body could have been moved. Sure you have Bogato's Mr. Sam who dropped Mr. Knight's body down the well? You and what evidence? You were just... Oh my god, I can't. Shut up, Eustace! Push this any further for now. Eustace! Take a seat! I'm getting really worked up, souls. I'm getting really worked up. Might need a snack soon. Make a point of talking to every newcomer to our little home. What did you and I speak about? Nothing much, just some small talk, really. I asked him about what animals he liked, what his hobbies were. I imagine you talked about chess? Oh yes, I couldn't stop talking about it. In fact, he even had a piece of paper covered with little notes about it in his cell. At least I think that's what they were about. See, nice correspondence chess diagram? That was no different. We just had a little chat. You might call it. You really don't like Eustace? I understand that. Yeah. I don't necessarily hate him. He's just dumb. I don't like dumb.
Hold it!
There's only one person that's allowed to be dumb around here, and it's me. How was he when you spoke with him? He was so open and honest, darling. Huh? That guy? He was talking about one croissant and promoting a prawn? I suppose he must have been hungry. En passant and promoting a pawn. It seems he spared no one from his obsession with chess. Okay. Press the fact that they talk. If he really had gone back to cell, he would still be alive today. You think I murdered the poor man right there in my office, don't you? But what would my motive have been, darling? I told you, I barely knew him. No, Angel, my grudge is against Canis, but I had nothing to do with that animal. Really does hate Canis. Gordon Lagarde, I must insist that you append that statement to your testimony. I had nothing to do. You say that you bear a grudge against only Mr. Canis, is that correct? I despise him coming to my prison. He can do whatever he wants. But he won't get away with it. I licked his wicked wings. I'll clip his wicked wings if this is the last thing I do. And that awful dog of his. The man has completely upended the peace and quiet of my home. He even hates his dog. It seemed at first glance that she didn't have much of a motive to kill Knight. But she hates Candace so much, she probably hates anyone who has anything to do with him. Thinking about it from the angle, the key to breaking her testament will surely reveal itself. Alright. I think I know where we're going with this. Just kill the man, detective. It's defenseless. One of the guards was the murderer. The evidence points to that conclusion, no other. Okay. It's my office. Just a little chat. Okay. Now this is where we present nice chess game.
Objection!
Condescending finger wag. Did you have a good meal? Yes, yes. I had chicken and rice. I'm hungry again though. I'm always hungry when I stream. I don't know why. Jessicaville, I'd like you to take a look at this. Notice about a game of chess? What is the significance of this, Mr. Edgeworth? It was found in Knight's cell. Which is exactly where you said you saw it too. Which is exactly where you said you saw it too, Warden Lagarde. But you didn't just see this game in Knight's cell, did you? You've seen it in Mr. Canis' cell too. What do I mean? Oh, Fifi!
Objection!
Come now, don't tell me you haven't taken a look at the chessboard and maximum security. Oh no! Nice job! Oh, thank you. I'm going. I imagine you watch his every move like a hawk, or rather, I imagine you feel that doing so is your only option. Maybe eat bigger meal, maybe frozen vegetables? No! My meals are balanced. It's chicken, rice, and veggie. I'm not hungry after I eat. As in, I can't eat anymore. But then I get hungry when I stream. But it's funny because I don't get hungry if I'm not streaming. So I don't know. Like on the days I don't stream, I don't get hungry. She wants to find out who his cronies are, right? Personally, interrogating your own prison is highly irregular to say the least. As you said, Mr. Canis had threatened with your precious memory. That's why you took it upon yourself to question him. You wanted to find out whose dogs were. So what if I did? You also told us you read his letters, which means you must have known about one key fact. You knew he was playing correspondence chess. Oh, Fifi! I really liked you, Fifi, but... Guilty? Murder is a guilty murder. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's because I talk so much. I'm expending too much energy yelling at the game. So I just get really hungry. when I'm playing games on stream. So. Busher appeared but night, carrying with him a diagram of a very particular game. We ourselves used that diagram to infer a connection between the two men, and it seems you came to the same conclusion. But in your fear, you took your reasoning one step further. You surmised that Knight was Mr. Candace's henchman sent to kill you. Which is the real reason she had the chat with Bronxster. If his boss wouldn't cram, maybe he would. And when you questioned Knight, you made another discovery. But there inside his chest that you found a hidden chisel. The murder weapon itself. As far as you were concerned, that chisel meant one thing, Candace. Thus, you convinced yourself that Knight was working for Candace, and that is why you killed him. Oh. I know, murder bad Fifi. I know. I really liked her too. I see you have no more excuses, Jacobel. Your verdict, please. Much as it grieves me, there would appear to be little room for doubt. I hereby give my verdict. Bronco Knight was murdered. Alright, now there's a hold it. Who was it this time? Oh no, Fifi's not ready to give up! It's a joke. It's all a big stupid joke. People just don't get it. I think we've proven that it's you who didn't understand things correctly. Me? Please, darling. I understand it all perfectly well. Thank you very much. And I understand that there's a glaring contradiction in your theory, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, come at me.
Overruled.
I'm curious to hear what the warden has to say. Oh, now you're curious to see what the accused have to say? Where was this tenacity? With Simon, huh? I have one last thing to say, then Mr. Edgeworth can declare himself the winner. Shut up, Eustace! Does anybody remember certain autopsy report? Or has received the finalized version only this morning? Now, I was listening to what you told us about it, Verity, even if nobody else was. You said the wound was 4 inches deep. How does a tiny chisel make a 4-inch wound? It's like your theory is the one that doesn't hold water, Edgeworth. It just means that the chisel isn't a murder weapon. Fine, Mr. Edgeworth always comes through. It just means the chisel isn't a murder weapon, Edgeworth! Bender can't think of anything. Gumshoe? Mr. Gumshoe, Detective Gumshoe. This is Fender, okay? This is not the guy in blue. It doesn't just make up stuff. Without evidence, we're up a creek without a pedal here. This might be the end of the road. Can't give up, now we have to do something. Allie ate the murder weapon! I'm certain that Warden Lagarde is the killer. It's the only explanation that fits the facts of the case. If the thing inside Allie isn't a weight, it has to be the murder weapon. If the chisel wasn't the murder weapon, what other bladed weapons there here in this facility? No, we're not done yet. Nor the evidence provide those answers. We must wait until the trial to see this matter resolved.
Objection!
You're just giving the killer a chance to destroy the evidence. You're calling the judicial process into question, Mr. Fender. Miss Cavell, you have been disregarding the judicial process this whole time. I don't think it's for you to speak this way. What is the real murder weapon? It's clearly not the chisel. We found it. This question throws everything we can do out the window. Gavell, you have a lot to say for someone who has contributed very little. Hopeless, I can't think of anything. I need more time. Both time to admit it. Hold it. Who is it this time? Can't give up. Now remember what Mr. Fender says. Smalls counting on us without us. Remember how upset he was? He was devastated. Nobody's in more pain than him over Mr. Knight's death. There's no way he did it, but if we can't save him, who will? He believes in us. He's sitting in that cell waiting for us to bring him some good news. And I, for one, won't walk away until we have some. We just had to find the real murder weapon! When you find yourself on the ropes, think of your client, picture them pleading with you to help them. Doesn't that make you want to fight back as hard as you can until the very end? Think of your old man, good old Gregory. No matter how bad things looked, he'd always find a way to turn it around and save his client. Oh, sounds like somebody else we know! And you just like him, right? If there's any way to force a turnabout here, you're the one who'll find it. Let's go, Kay! Thank goodness Kay is here. Thank goodness Kay is here. Alright. Judge Gabel. Need to have your courage and composure, Mr. Edgeworth. If you mean to attempt a defense, I would advise you to consider the ramifications. I have repeatedly proposed misguided theories? Ma'am! Ma'am! You are the one trying to make verdicts out of possibilities! Who are you to judge me? Literally, you are the last person! Has the right to judge me. I have before a number of theories that prove to be flawed one way or another, but that's how you find the truth! Have I made some sort of fundamental oversight? That my theories were misguided. Gavel! Give me a second! I've been thinking about it around the whole time. My theories weren't misguided, I was being misled.
Objection!
Oh, damn. I think it's a little soon for that, Your Honor. Oh, Fifi, give me a second. You may proceed. I'd like to remind you of a few things. The sighting of his dog Helmut, the fact that he wasn't at the show. These and other factors made Mr. Canis the obvious suspect at first. Gaval! Gaval! You have to test your theories. Find out if they're true or not. It wasn't a blunder. It was a work in progress. Not that you don't understand, because you just make things up as you go. What if the real killer wanted us to suspect Mr. Canis? What if it was all carefully arranged? What if the same was true of the chisel, our purported murder weapon? Knight had been stabbed multiple times in the same place with a bladed instrument. What if we was stabbed with the chisel after the real murder weapon had been removed? Just to leave traces of blood on it for us to find. That was how the killer misled us into thinking the chisel is the murder weapon. But why misled us in this way? Why indeed? Why make us think the chisel is the murder weapon rather than whatever was really used? In order to get Canis transferred. Warden, you took advantage of what the chisel seemed to suggest. What it suggested? What are you talking about?
Hold it!
Mr. Winner, if I were to tell you the murder weapon was a chisel, what would you think? That Mr. Canis is the killer? And there you have it. That was the trap the warden set for us. Mr. Canis had a bunch of chisels, so she wanted us to think it was one of his, right? Indeed, that was her plan from the start. Frame Buddy Dharma Canis. Her reasoning would appear to be sound. One of the guards suddenly seemed to harbor a deep and abiding hatred for Mr. Canis. However, I think you know what I'm going to say next. That alone is not sufficient proof that one of the guard is the killer. I knew that wouldn't be enough. There's only one thing that will prove it. The real murder weapon that we now know must exist. Yes, yes! We're making progress. If you cannot prove your theory, then this conversation ends here. You could just find the real murder weapon. How many times do I have to go over this? We searched the prison from top to bottom. Eustace, I have proven twice that your search didn't go very well. Eustace is quite correct. No other possible murder weapon has been found, so I'm afraid you're at a bit of an impasse.
Objection!
I can still prove my case yet, Your Honor, because it's still here inside this prison. This one made sure of that. The security gate. I'm glad you at least remember what it is. And do you remember what it does? Of course I do. I'm not an idiot. Security gate detects metal. Eustace, you know. Eustace. It's not that we think you're an idiot. You present yourself like an idiot. Which means you can't bring anything metal into the prison or take it out. Exactly! I'm glad you caught up! Precisely. If there's another murder weapon, it cannot have been taken off the premises. But nor can have it brought into the prison in the first place. We find ourselves right back where we began? No. No, we are not right back where we began. I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth, that if you wish me to believe that there is another murder weapon here in the prison, you also have to explain to me how it got here. We know that the chisel was smuggled into the prison inside a pocket chest set. Our contention is that the chisel is not a real murder weapon. Hello, Johnny! Bro being a silly, kind of guy. Ugh, that's all he's done so far. So if the weapon came from outside the facility, then there must have been a way to bring it in. Question of the hour is, can you show me this alternate route? The smuggling! How did the weapon warn the Lagardians get into the prison? Brought evidence from police to help with your investigation, is that correct? Why, yes, sweetie. Everything related to Candace is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've called a secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me. That's how. The fact that this here with us shows how a blade object could have been brought into the facility as well. The bell!
Take that!
Allow me to remind you of our conversation with Mr. Candace yesterday. It was but one of my bells, one of the only two in existence. Helmut is so cute. I know he's like an evil murderous assistant, but he's so cute. Two and only two. One from my knife and one from my beloved Helmut, exquisitely crafted, utterly unique. My years are my guide, after all. I must be able to use my tools precisely. Of course, as you said, the knife has long since been taken from me. So you see, there is a way for objects to be brought into the prison unscrutinized. As part of the evidence Warden Lagarde borrowed from the police. You alright there, buddy? Mr. Candace's knife was part of the evidence in the case against him, and the evidence was here in the prison. Not only that, but the knife had a certain bell attached to it. Yes, the bell that was attached to the chisel. Correct, the killer took the bell from the knife and attached it to the chisel. Can't be right, she only had Mr. Knight's fingerprint. Easy enough to explain if the killer wore gloves. She made it look as if the chisel was the murder weapon and then attached the bell to it. And so, in doing so, she made sure that all the evidence pointed to Mr. Candace. And with access to the evidence from which the bell was taken, why only the person to whom it had been entrusted to. I believe that would be you, isn't that correct, Warden Lagarde? Bells aren't exactly rare, you know, anybody could have set that up. Unluckily for you, that isn't quite true. These particular bells are unique because there are only two of them in existence. Oh, Fifi! By attaching that bell to the chisel, you're as good as to declare yourself the killer. You don't have any proof that the knife was ever here to begin with. You don't, not yet anyway. Mr. Winner, I'd like you to order another search of the prison right away. Did you find something that's going to make things awkward for me? Eustace, trust me. Whether or not I find something, you're gonna come out looking bad regardless. Beefy bad. Yeah, I feel bad for her though. I feel bad for her and I do like her, but you know, murder is never the way. Unless you can get away with it. This isn't about what's convenient for you. You have to find the truth. You're a prosecutor, aren't you? But you know what? If I had the investigative authority, I wouldn't be sitting on it. Eustace doesn't care. He only cares about winning. It's not my decision to make. The warden would have to authorize it. You know full well that she would do not no such thing. You have the power to insist on a search. Use it. But not without that evidence. Goddess of Justice cannot bestow her blessing on those who lack the proof to support their claim. This is not going to be settled in the courtroom. If we give Lagarde the opportunity, she'll destroy whatever evidence is left. I have to object to stop them. But what do I say? I don't have anything concrete to offer. can't back down and I've got to put everything on the line. I'm not a prosecutor right now. I'm an associate attorney with a client to defend. Only I can say Mr. Sane that means. You know what he would do? Even if my chances are 1,000,000 to 1, it's still worth a shot. Now or never, should I object? Yes, of course we will. I suppose this must be how a certain serial bluffer always feels! Wow. It'll be worth it. Regardless, I cannot walk away.
Objection!
Wait, Your Honor. This has better be good. I've got it. Got what exactly? The real murder weapon, of course. I know where Mr. Candace's knife is. Yes, we buff! When all else fails, souls! In the courtroom, we buff. Yes. You do, Miles! Think about why Ellie the alligator set off the metal detector! I don't know better would say that you were bluffing. You wound me, Your Honor. I don't know the meaning of the word. It's terrible for my heart. There's no way you could. It's not here, I tell you. Well, would you be so kind as to enlighten us? Where's the real murder weapon? Summer night when the police was searched. A blind spot in this zoo. A hiding place that the warden could absolutely be sure of. Yes! Ezra! Come on. You insist. Come on, helmet, open up. Yes! Yes! Shh. There's a reason Allie the alligator set off the metal detector! Why think about it. How many foolproof ways to evade detection could there be? Here we go. It's the faintest possibility I'm right, but if I'm wrong, we stand to lose everything. This is where the real murder weapon is hidden.
Take that!
Yes, in the yard. Yes, here we go! Here we go! Don't believe I understand. Would you care to explain a little more? Where exactly is the real murder weapon hidden? Oh, Allie, my darling. Of course, that's where it must have been. The metal detector reacting to the alligator. The metal detector is reacting to something inside her after all. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence. The chisel. Oh my god, Eustace! Give me a second! You might recall that Mr. Candace hid this chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? Oh, we got her. That's right, the murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in that pond over there. No way! Yes way. Oh, there's Regina. Yes, Regina's with us. We detected the presence of a metallic object during our earlier investigation. Judge Gavelle, we need to know what's inside the alligator. And we will need to summon a veterinarian. I'm sure I could get the little sweetie to open up for us. Oh, Regina to the rescue. I'd be happy to give it a try. Oh, she's so sparkly. Please, by all means. Oh, Regina's such a darling. Look at her. The real murder weapon is about to be revealed. Why not do the right thing and confess? I had nothing to confess. As you wish, then you can simply wait and watch as your lies are exposed. We got it! This has to be it! It's over, Fifi Lagarde. Oh, the real murder weapon was but a Dharma Candace's knife, making you the only person who could have killed Bronco Knight. Oh, Fifi, my darling. I'm not the criminal here. This is all Candace's fault. He was the threat. He was Candace's lapdog. Curse that despicable man, Candace. Why did he have to come here ruin my perfect little home? We couldn't be happy forever if it wasn't for him. He ruined my paradise on earth. You ruined everything. Curse him! Curse that pitiless butcher, that awful, terrible man! Curse him! Oh, Fifi. Oh, Fifi. Popping to say hello. I hope you're having a good night. Oh, hello, Mecca. We just solved the case. We just solved the case. March 29th, 12:34 p.m. Detention Center corridor. Screaming! Exactly. Aw, I'm kinda sad. I really liked Fifi, but it'd be like that sometimes, you know? Be like that sometimes. Prosecutor Twinner! The test results have come back. Threener, I guess we've all been under a lot of stress. Good job, proud of you. Oh, thank you. Yes, woohoo! Trace of Bronco-Knife's blood were found on Mr. Canis' knife. It's just like you said, sir. Congratulations on a stunning victory. Thank you, officer. Excellent work. You can continue complimenting me if you like. Huh? Exactly what did you do, Eustace? Welling up a little with rage. The officer is so over him. Excellent work, Eustace. Just a few loose ends to tie up and we're done. Gaval, what exactly did Eustace do? What are you talking about? I just solved the case, didn't I? Did you? Did you? Yeah, I know. Ugh. We have yet to confirm whether or not Knight really was working for Mr. Canis. It would be vital to know if Warden Lagar was simply jumping to conclusions on that front. Are you okay? You're a little slow. There's Clueless and then there's you. Well, then I guess we better go back to our investigation. You're with me. You're about to see the winner win a whole lot more. Prepared to witness first-rate investigation talent in action. Yes, sir. I'm right with you, sir. Can't wait to watch you at work. It's winning time. Oh, that poor man. I expect this case will cause quite a stir. The attempted murder of a president is news enough, and now his would-be assassin is being murdered. But Knight never sought to kill a president in the first place. The truth is not always as important as it might seem, Mr. Edgeworth. What? What in the conspiracy is this? In the eye of both society and the law. How can you even say that? You now have to believe me, however. As a prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth obliged to accept that this is the reality of the world he operates in. Being a prosecutor is more than proving people guilty. That's what I believe. How can a judge in good faith say the truth doesn't matter? What kind of judge are you? This guy who's going to replace Edgeworth be doomed? Well, at least it'll be easy to defeat him in court. We're all free to believe as we choose, but the law is not to be toyed with for our own personal goals. What? Is there a law that says the prosecutor must find the defendant guilty if they're not guilty? If you refuse to accept this, then you must prepare to suffer the consequences. Your friend must be going now. Farewell, Mr. Edgeworth. What is wrong with her? Judge Cavell is right. There must only be one set of law for everyone. We didn't break any laws! If following the law means sacrificing the truth. Isn't the whole point of the law in a court is to bring us to the truth? Oh, Regina's so happy! Hi, Regina. Is everything alright? Did you let you out, right? Yeah, I'm so confused about what's going on. Some guy just came and said I was free to go and that I had Mr. Edgeworth to thank. Sure do! Mr. Edgeworth found out who the real killer is. easygoing tough cookie. Yeah. That for me, Mr. Edgeworth? He didn't do it for you. He didn't do it for you. I'm innocent, I swear. Don't pull a rug from under me now. Stop it, silly. It's true he saved you, so say thanks. Or she's so cute. Why is she so cute? You're welcome. And a great big Regina Berry thank you from me too. Oh, she's so cute. This ain't talking directly to me. Small victories, I suppose. Can I just ask one question, Mr. Attorney? Yeah, I'm not Ashton Attorney though. I thought Bronco was my friend. No, my best friend. I trusted him, but now... Well, it's just, I never knew. I never would have believed that he could hate somebody enough to want to kill them. If he kept something like that from me, then he never really trusted me, did he? That's not true, Simon. Of course he trusted you. If he just told me, I could have stopped him. I could have told him that hate never helps, that he had to let go of all that stuff. Mr. Say, I think you're forgetting something. I should show him the thing that proves that I trusted him. Wait, we have proof of that? The chess set?
Take that!
Monkey Man sure is something! For real. I'm a little sus because his name is Simon Saint, but... he seems alright. It's the chest set I brought for him. Knight had hidden a chisel inside. I imagine he meant to use it to escape. He was using me? No, he believed in you. He knew he could count on you to bring it, and that you would never be so untrusting as to look inside. I imagine that by not telling you, he was hoping he'd keep you from getting caught up in his mess. Oh. Bronco, why didn't you tell me? Yes, you got this area. That money the monkey. Yeah. Oh. It's too bad about Money's first master. Also in prison. At least you understand now, right, Simon? I'm sure he does. He may not show up, but Simon's no dummy. A good night's sleep and he'll be completely over this whole thing by tomorrow. That's not as complimentary as you think it is! I'll try. I have to for Bronco. I have to show him I can become the best animal trainer out there. That's the spirit! I think it's so interesting that the monkey controls him. I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth. It's Maximilian! Long time no see. The one, the only, the very big circus is back. Well, I'm glad Maximilian's still with the very big circus. We're joining Regina on stage for this one. That's right, the very big circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You have oodles of fun. Sounds great, doesn't it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, we have to go! I'll think about it. Alright, Simone, we got some training to do. I think it's time you and Regina got acquainted. Oh, she's so cute. Regina the tiger? Yes! Yes! Regina the tiger is the best. Oh, you'll be fine, Sil. You'll never meet a nicer kitty cat. Yes! Nice! We made it to the end. She's so cute. I can't. Anything but that. Another satisfied customer. Well, that was really something, Smiles. Talk about pulling it out of the bag. I couldn't have done it without you, Fender. Without your timely intervention, she would have gotten away. Besides, I have you to thank for even being able to investigate the case in the first place. Pat me on the back any harder, you're gonna make me blush or topple over. I suppose it would be asking too much for you to take this seriously. Miles, my friend, I'm always serious. Anyway, how does it feel to save an innocent client? That's what it means to be an attorney, after all. To be an attorney. Gotta say, I had a blast. Remind me of the good old days. Like Gregory was standing there right beside me. It's been like a zillion years since I felt this woman busy on the job. Aw, Fender! That's good. Bittersweet? I'm not sure. Say, Miles, you ever thought about going to the defense game full time? Excuse me? You know, pick up where Gregory left off, get out there and actually help people? No, he's destined to find the truth with his blue friend in court. No getting thick ideas? Mr. Edgeworth ain't about to switch sides. Why not? Coming over to the light side, all the rage. Everybody's doing it. They say, no. There must be balance. There must be balance between both sides. If one side is dark and the other is light. But we all know in the courtroom, one side is blue and the other is red. And we're on the red side. Don't get it twisted, I was just asking a perfectly innocent question. So you've got a main defense team yourself, Miles. Bender, I'm a prosecutor. And I'm an attorney, you could be one too. I'm serious. Well, I've said my piece. If you change your mind, you know who to call. I see balance, very true. Exactly! Exactly. I'll be waiting. Bye, Fender. It was good talking to you. Following my father's footsteps? Could I really do such a thing? I mean, that was his dream when he was a baby. When he was young. His dad is dressed more like a detective than an attorney. The coat and the hat. The end! The end. Save your progress, yes. That is the end of the Captive Turnaround. Episode 3, Turnabout Legacy? Alright, here we go. On to the next one. Turnabout Legacy. And we have 3 more episodes left. Awesome case too, I know. First one was pretty good too. But I was a little weirded out by it, but it's alright. Episode 3, Turnabout Legacy. Let's go. What shall we make today, kids?
Samson and Judy's Bake and Bake.
Your 3 p.m. cake extravaganza. Oh, it's voiced! Macarons, waffles with cream. Chiffon cakes that are light as a dream. Laugh and sing, smile, it's true. All that sweetness waiting for you. Look there, where? Over there. The oven's got something special to share. Now let's see what we've got for you! Samson and Judy's Bake and Bob, your 3 p.m. extravaganza. It's cooking time. You ready to make something special together? Oh, this is so cute! This is so cute! I want to watch this. Oh. I'll talk about a blast from the past. Oh, look at baby Fender! Hey, Gregor, I'm going back there tomorrow with your boy. I'm finally going to find out what happened 18 years ago. Huh? Oh, baby Fender. He was so young. Wow. This is so sweet. Yeah, that was so cute. April 2nd, 10:05 a.m. Zodiac Hall, Fountain Room. Well, Fender, are you finally gonna tell me what we're doing here? Why have you brought me to an art gallery of all places? Yeah, nothing going on. Seemed like the perfect chance to come and enjoy the magic of star sign stuff together. I'm leaving! So, big guy, I'm just joking. You know about the IS-7 incident, yeah? Your old man's last case? Of course, Von Karma took great pleasure in showing me the files as soon as I became a prosecutor. And I reviewed them again last night after your invite. See? I was also present at the trial those years ago, though my memories of it are somewhat hazy. As a child, I was completing all of my father. The sight of him in court was an inspiration. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law, and opposite him, the man who would become my mentor, Manfred von Karma, is quite a case. However, it ended with the conviction of the accused. So you were there too? You were in the courtroom for Gregory's final outing? Well, that'll make explaining things easier. I wanted you to know something, see? As something being what really went down, not the truth in those files, but the capital T truth. It was 18 years ago, smack dab in the middle of a real doozy of a winter. The buildings were covered with a blanket of snow. It looked like the streets were lined with popsicles. But things weren't so innocent behind those frozen doors. In fact, some pretty sordid stuff went down. This was back before yours truly was the fine figure of an attorney you see before you today. I'm curious. I am too. "18 years ago. Oh, we're going back in time. Everything's black and white. How very noir. December 24th, 5 p.m. Detention Center Visitors Room. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. It's not grayscale anymore. I got all excited for a second. Hey, Mr. E, this one really came out of the blue, huh? It did. We were called in before the ink on the arrest papers were even dry. My name is Gregory Edgeworth. I'm a defense attorney. Oh, we're gonna be playing as Edgeworth, Papa. I'm here visiting a client with my assistant, Eddie Fender. A murder on Christmas Eve? What's the world coming to? In the dark of the night, at the end of the day, I saw two timely saviors are coming my way. Welcome, my friends, to the visitor's room. And if we're not friends yet, I'm sure we will be soon. Did you just come up with that off the top of your head? Talk about an entrance. I was not expecting that. Neither was I. That coolness. Oh, he is very cool. Sorry if I surprised you. I'm so happy to see you both. Thanks so much for coming out. Seriously, I can't thank you enough. You're the accused, I take it. I am. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law, at your service. So proper! I look forward to representing you. This is my assistant, Eddie Fender. Why are you scared? Eddie, what you scared for? I do everything I can to help. Come now, Edward. Calm down, please. You have to forgive me. He's still new to this. I love police officer Jazz Hands. He's been helping me out part-time, but he's far from full-fledged lawyer material yet. Nonetheless, I'm hoping he'll be of some assistance investigating the particulars of this case. Gregory and Eddie, and it's an honor to meet you both. My job as a defense attorney is to save my clients from wrongful conviction. So the first thing you do is to establish whether or not he's truly innocent. Perhaps you could begin by having you tell us a little about yourself. What am I thinking? I haven't even told you my name. I'm Samson Tangaroa. Tangaroa. It really is you, Samson Tangaroa, the world's greatest confectioner? You flatter me, my young friend, and call me Samson. All my pals do. Wow, thanks, Samson, I will. I can't believe I'm meeting you in person. Oh. Eddie's starstruck. Seems Eddie knows something of our client. Mr. E is the Sam Tangaroa, the singing, dancing, confectionery making sensation. Venom seems like the K to Gregory's Miles. Yeah, she's also very much like Maya. I might even argue to say she's more like the Maya to Phoenix. Maybe both. He could be both like both Maya and K to Gregory. Oh, what shall we make today, kids? Macarons, waffles with cream, chiffon cakes that are light as a dream. Laugh and sing, smile, it's true. All that sweetness waiting for you. Look there, what, where, over there. The oven's got something special to share. Now let's see what we've got for you. Oh, I should have sang that as a song. Almost started dancing along. I like how the officer is so involved, like so sad. I should have sang that. I did not know that was supposed to be a song. No way, I'm gonna sing with Samson Tangaroa. This is a dream come true. Thanks, little pal. It means a lot to hear you say that. My apologies, but I think we need to discuss the matter at hand. Oh, Gregory, so serious. Police officer coolness. Of course, I'm sure you're both very busy. Where would you like me to start? Tell me more about yourself. So you're not just a confectioner, but also a singer and a dancer? I sure am. When I'm having fun, my body just starts moving. I must really enjoy making desserts. Wouldn't be much of a confectioner if I didn't. I live to make sweets that will bring joy to others. They're not just things, they're works of art. Sparkling, dazzling, mouth-watering creations, the stuff that dreams are made of. You know, this is why I'm always hungry when I stream. 90% of the game I play revolves around food. Somewhat. So he aims to create joyous and inspirational pieces, does he? Alright, let's talk about the incident. I understand that the incident in question happened at your mansion. It did. We were holding an international confectionery contest there when a body was found inside one of my creations. Huh? Inside a cake? That is blasphemy! The detective in charge placed me under arrest because of it, and now here I am. I can never take a life, never. I'm sure the police will see that too in time. They'll realize their mistake. I sure hope so. What can you tell us about the victim? His name is R.T. Frost. He was taking part in the contest. Mr. Frost is a wonderful confectioner. His creations were things of real beauty. I just don't understand. Why did he have to die? Seems genuinely upset over the victim's death. I think I have a pretty good measure of the man now. Mr. Tangaroa, there's just one last thing I need to confirm with you. You didn't kill Mr. Frost, correct? Correct. I swear to you, I didn't do it. Like I told you, I can never take a life. Never. He seems quite sincere. So did Matt on guard when I first met him. Alright, I'm going to take you at your word. Thank you for being so forthright with me. It's good to talk to somebody other than those detectives. We'll head to the scene of the crime and see what we can learn. We'll be in touch when we have something more to tell you. Goodbye, Gregory. Goodbye, Eddie. I'm counting on you both. Oh, does that mean Samsung went to prison? Because we lost the case? Oh, that's sad. December 24th, 6 p.m. Contest venue, Fountain Room. Pretty cold out here, huh, Mr. E? I never saw so much snow. And it doesn't seem like it'll be letting up anytime soon. But just look at this place. What a sweet house Samson's got. It's huge. Big enough to hold an international confectionery contest, no less. Welcome, welcome everyone. Come on in, we'll have us some fun. Oh, damn. Oh no, I'm really hungry. Are you alright? Oh, did you hit Gregory? I'm sorry, would you happen to be Mr. Gregory Edgeworth by any chance? It's a pleasure to meet you. Eddie Fender, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Oh, he took the hat off too! What a gentleman! Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, welcome to our humble abode. Judy Bound, it's an honor to meet you both. Oh! I'm the housekeeper here, Mr. Tangaroa's assistant. You're a housekeeper? You're Judy Bound, the Judy Bound! You know a little something of my work? A little. I watch you on TV every chance I get. I'm Bacon Bob's biggest fan! It's very kind of you to say so. We'd be nothing without our fans. And what might Bacon Bob be? Only the biggest show on TV. Every kid on the planet loves it. So, are you telling me you're a child, Fender? Damn, she kicked her leg up real high. This is a nice piece of art right here. The foreshortening is so nice. A fabulous composition. I'm admired some more. Look at it. Artist got real skills. I like. The dynamic duo of Sansom and Judy making delicious sweet stuff, all while singing and dancing. Like this, check it out. Oh no. What should we make today, kids? Oh no, I need to sing this. Cookie dough, caramel too. Fluffy, show cream, tiramisu. Everyone, come along. Baking treats with a smile and a song. There, ooh, where, who, there, it's true. The oven's got something special for you. Just take a bite and you will see. That was a wonderful performance, Mr. Fender. Bravo! Dance along every time I watch the show. Press Miles might enjoy it too. I'll suggest it later. Mouse would love it. But all this dancing really takes it out of a guy. The world's worst hostess. Here, nothing relaxes the body and mind quite like a cup of tea. Her cups are star-shaped! And her teapot is the moon. Oh, I want that. It'd be really hard to drink out of it, though. Clink, clink, clatter, clatter. Damn. This is Ceylon, correct? It's delicious. Citrus aroma is said to improve one's ability to concentrate, as I recall. Interesting, so this is what Ceylon tea tastes like, huh? Looks nice, I know! I love how this place is decked out. And her choice of cutlery. The saucer's cold. Yet, so that the tea cools down more quickly, I'm afraid. Some of our guests don't like it too hot. These teacups are very unique too. The design's really something. You think so? Thank you so much. I ordered them all the way from France. They're my absolute favorite. They were designed by a marvelous sculptor named Paul Halit. Have you heard of him? He makes the most amazing tableware in the world. Clearly a big fan of his work. Oh, I am! These teacups are my greatest treasure. She's not afraid to show when she's passionate about something. If you don't mind, Miss Bound, I'd like to move on to the reason we're here. Can you tell us everything you know about the unfortunate incident that occurred earlier? Of course, I'm sorry for getting so distracted. I guess I'm still in shock. Because I'm the one who found the body, you see. Oh, mine. Is it true that the body was recovered from inside one of Mr. Tangaroa's creations? It is. We were in the middle of the contest's final judgment phase then. I heard the sound of something big collapse coming from Samson's room. Oh. Oh. I opened the door and went inside, and there was Mr. Frost's body. Thank you. I'm sorry to make you relive such a traumatic experience. Think nothing of it, please. I only wish I had more to tell you. Now, if you don't mind, Miss Bound, I'd like to begin our investigation of the crime scene. Oh, Mr. Edgewood, Mr. Bender, you have to save Samson. He's no murderer. He could never do something like that. Do our best. Leave it to us. Now go serve the others tea, then. Come, Eddie, to the scene of the crime. To the scene of the crime. It's Detective Bad! It's Detective Bad! I love Detective Bad. December 24th, contest venue, Tangaroa's room. Everything in this room is made of chocolate. That's why this place is so cold. Can't believe I'm getting to see so many of Samson's creation up close and personal. I might be more excited myself if the room wasn't a murder scene. Shudder. Continuing to say this sends a shiver down my spine. Nice to see him again. Yes! I love Detective Bad. That might just be the temperature in here. It's rather cold. Now that you mention it, it is pretty chilly. And he sneezes. Defense on the scene already? That was fast. Pleasure to meet you. Gregory Ezrath. I'm representing Mr. Tangaroa. Wow. Look at the two of them. This is my assistant, Eddie Fender. Bad. Detective Tyrell Bad. Oh, he's so cool. Detective in charge is named Bad, a man of few words. Something about this is a taste right. Why are you eating your own writing? Eddie! You're eating your notepaper? He likes to chew over his thoughts rather literally. I'm afraid it helps him digest and remember them. It's a little quirk of his. Please try to ignore it. Although I'd be the first to admit that's easier said than done. With introductions out of the way, Detective Bad, would you mind if we joined you in investigating the scene? Sorry, not gonna happen. How come? Mr. Ezra is Mr. Tangaroa's attorney. And attorneys will do anything to get them off the hook, even put words in their clients' mouths. Think I need that on my crime scene? Mr. Ezra would never do something like that. Don't trust attorneys? Okay, kid? Detective, you established my client's supposed guilt based on an investigation of the crime scene, correct? That's usually how it works, yeah? What of it? Then extend me the same courtesy. I believe he is innocent. I would like the chance to prove it. You believe he's innocent? And you didn't even see the scene yet? That's some filmsy lawyering. It's exactly why I wish to see the scene myself. I need to ensure that my beliefs are based on solid evidence, sound reasoning. Wow! What an argument! This is where Ezra gets it from. About to tell me you're not leaving until I let you look over the scene? I am. Fine. Knock yourselves out. Thank you, Detective. But I'm coming around with you. Like I said, I don't trust attorneys. If you're good with that, go ahead and get to it. That was a lollipop this whole time. What did you think it was? I must admit, I didn't see that coming either. This is so funny. Better get started then. I'll need you to take notes, Eddie. Yeah, here we go, Sauce. On it, Mr. E. Let's get this over with. Begin investigation. Contents venue, Tangaroa's room. Alright. Who are you? Who is you? And you are? Oh. Sorry, meditating. Did you want something, Detective? Oh, I'm an attorney, not a detective. Gregory Edgeworth, a pleasure to meet you. Yes, self-introduction. I see. Name's Carmelo Gusto. I'm a confectioner here for the contest. What's your specialty, Mr. Gusto? Oh! Oh, damn! Oh! The art of air and sugar. No way, look at that, it's a little baby seahorse. It's a dragon, a noble soaring creature of the sky. No matter how you look at it, definitely a secret. Just a little more aquatic the airport. No need to sugarcoat it. My design sense is weak. I know that better than anybody. That's why I'm heading to Zangba when this is all over. I need to train hard. Good on ya, sir. Perhaps we should get off the subject of his design sense for now. So what are you doing here, Mr. Gusto? I didn't think they were allowing civilians on the scene yet. Detective wanted to know more about one of the pieces in here. Makes sense, seeing as he's a contestant. Perhaps I should ask him a few questions of my own. Guess learning. Yeah, he's doing his best. Alright, let's start out by asking him more about himself. This is some interesting implements you use, Mr. Gusto. Oh, damn. Sugar blowing pumps. They put air into the sugar. He's so cool. It's like watching a sworn master do his thing. Chicken! I'm no master. Not a day goes by that I don't hurt myself one way or another. That's why I wear red. That way it doesn't matter when I make a mess! Oh. The way of the confectioner is a lonely one. You never stop learning until you die. The way of the confectioner sounds like a long one too if he's still injuring himself on a daily basis. Damn, he is. Now we know where Edgeworth gets it from. What can you tell us about the contest? Based on what we've seen so far, flavor doesn't seem to be the only criteria at play. The contest with Tenro's idea, it's about art. Confectionery as art. Art you can eat, every part of it. Every single item in this room is edible. Ooh, like that guy that I always see on my Instagram reel that makes all sorts of things with chocolate. The whole place does kind of smell like chocolate. Tenro is a genius, a once-in-a-generation talent, flavor and flair. He has it all. And if you can't outdo the god of confections himself, you can't win. I don't know, man. Beating out the greatest in the world seems kind of hard, yeah? As it should be. Whoever beats him becomes the greatest in turn. That's the real prize here. Nothing else matters. So you're competing for a title, effectively? And a treasure, the ultimate cookbook. Tenroa's most prized possession. If you want to know more, it's all written down here. The list of rules that was given out to contestants. Contest rules. Contest rules added to the court record. Oh, we're going back to court records now? We're not using organizers? Well, I suppose we're a defense attorney. Yeah, we're learning so much, souls! About the incident. Oh, oops, I actually pressed the wrong one. Let's skip over this real quick. Alright, press the wrong one. Sorry, my bad. So I don't know much about what happened. I only heard about it after the judging was over. How was the judging organized? It started at 3 p.m. Tenroa began making the rounds right around then. He left his own room, then worked his way around the venue clockwise. My creations were the first to be judged. After that, he went to Scone's room. She's another one of the contestants. What can you tell us about her? Ruthless, brutal. There's nothing she wouldn't do to win. She's working with cream, some kind of dreamscape. Then, last of all, Frost's room. This thing was flavored ice sculptures this time, or so I heard. Bound found the body while Tenroa was still making the round. Panicked, ran to call the cops. Tenroa went right on judging, claims he didn't know a thing about it until after. Indeed, yes, we are the defense attorney. Went ahead and looked over the victim's work, even though the guy was nowhere to be seen. Pretty suspicious behavior in anyone's book? I don't have enough information to challenge him on that yet. By the way, Detective Bad, what were you and Mr. Gusto talking about earlier? I was going to ask about the piece on the wall here, the one in the frame. It seems like something was off. I better ask somebody who knows about this stuff. Then you bozos showed up and pulled me away from my very important work. Perhaps we can take a closer look at it together. Can't take a hint, can you? Nope! Mr. Gusto, would you mind helping us out? Of course, confectionery is my life. If any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you, that's very kind of you. Why is the candle missing a flame? Why is the candle missing a flame? Candelabra made of chocolate. There's a title here, The Light of Life. This particular light seems to be missing one of the life-giving flames. It has some sort of symbolic meaning. What could it be? Alright. Angel beset by thorns. Who knew you can make a picture this pretty out of chocolate? Oh. There's a handprint on it. Samson really is a god among men. Is it really made of chocolate though? It looks far too much like a regular station. Oh, you have a good eye, I'm impressed. That's no piece of candy. That's the ultimate cookbook. Ultimate cookbook? In other words, the grand prize. It's not made of chocolate after all? No, the book is simply framed in some. Kangaroo showed it to all of us when he gathered us here to explain the rules. The participants knew that the grand prize was in this room the whole time. See it too, right? The frame? Something's missing. RT Detective I was going to ask us about earlier. Something is missing from this frame. It's not just me. Better show Eddie which part of the frame is missing some chocolate. Right here! Right here, my friend.
Take that!
Look at the decorative work in the corner here. Something's missing, no? It's different from the other side. It's not like Tanroa, the balance is all wrong. That's not all. Take a look around. The handprint? Every confectioner's room is missing some small bit. Candle holder, the nautical stuff, they're all like that. Somebody deliberately damaged them. It's a very good question. Or did Tanroa just want it to look like somebody messed with his work? He never do that to his own creations. Never! Detective Bad? Detective Bad. He's an artist. He's not just an artist, he's an artiste. He would never do that to him. This has some deeper meaning for the case. Alright, I want to talk about this. These finger marks. But we don't know whose yet. Still haven't figured it out. No fingerprints, no ID. Finger marks without print, they could certainly be important to the case. Someone left finger marks on the chocolate frame, but didn't leave any prints. They were wearing gloves. Guessing whoever it was wore gloves. Doesn't tend to be much of either the crime scene, Eddie. Sneeze. Alright, Eddie? Yeah, but it sure is chilly in here. Yes, it wasn't exactly warm out in the fountain room either, but it's even colder in here. Would you like to borrow my jacket? He's fine. Besides, you said you'd give it to me when I finally got my attorney's badge. You did, didn't I? Why do they have to keep down so low? Chocolate needs to be kept at the right temperature. Take a look behind the panel on the wall. It's here this whole time. There's one in each of the contest rooms. Tanroa hid them so they wouldn't spoil the aesthetics of our work. What do the controls do? They adjust the temperature and the lighting. It goes all the way down to negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit, cold enough to keep any confectionery from melting. Negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit?! Huh?! Negative 22? Is it 30? Oh man. Is it like 30 degrees, 0 degrees Celsius, freezing temperature? Negative 22? How cold is that? In fact, each room is a giant freezer. 69 degrees in here, no wonder I'm cold. Super cool! I mean, it's cool, but also... Damn! Oh, check that, you mind if we turn up a little? You'll ruin evidence, bro. Eddie! Preservation of the crime scene is the foundation of detective work. Not a detective. The same goes for attorneys, Eddie. We must never disturb the scene of the crime. Get used to the cold. It's all part of your training. Chocolate needs to be kept between 59 and 65 degrees. There's no way around it. Know the temperatures by heart, huh? Guess it's your job. At the very least, I should know. Any real confectioner should be able to tell you that and more. Alright, what about lollipops and cream? If it's not too hot or too humid, a lollipop should be fine just about anywhere. Cream needs to be kept at around 50 degrees. Need to watch out for heat and humidity, huh? Duly noted. Head bag kind of brightened up when he was talking about lollipops, didn't he? I suppose he must be very fond of them. Don't believe there's anything more to be found here. Alright, I'm interested in the Diary of Despair, though. The journal belongs to the captain of the chocolate ship, also made of chocolate. A Diary of Despair, that's entitled. Come, hark and see how we crossed the sea and rode the red tide to misery. What a jaunty rhyme for such a tragic-sounding tale. Dude. I think we looked at everything here. Oh. These controls can be used to adjust the room's temperature and lighting. Red, yellow, green, dark blue, light blue, white. That's a huge range. Temperature set to 59 degrees, light color set to white. Pieces in here are made of chocolate. That's why. White light makes them look better. Let's see, Mr. Tenro must see the room itself as part of his carefully crafted creation. An artiste, I tell you, an artiste. Alright, we're done here. It's a fine selection of nautical paraphernalia. One of these could be the murder weapon? No, they're all made out of chocolate. I have a hard time bludgeoning somebody to death. Can't tell what's real in here. They really do look genuine. I can hardly tell the difference myself. A true testament to Mr. Tangaroa's skills. How's it looking over there, officer? Nothing of interest in that cupboard, or... Yes, sir. There is? Oh, no, there isn't. Just a blowtorch used for cooking and some tableware, sir. Thank you. Thank you. So you do have something to add? Oh, is that really confusing conversation? You should ask a straight question, bro. What are you investigating, officer? I was just taking the temperature of the water here. What have you learned? It's warm, sir. The stream in each room flows into the main fountain, and then the water is circulated back to the room. Unusual to say the least. I've never seen a house quite like this one. Rich folks, they're all crazy. It's a fine selection of nautical paraphernalia. And then these are also all chocolate. Okay, we're having the same conversation again. Gloves! Tanro wore them when he was working on his masterpiece over there. They're conveniently good at hiding fingerprints, too. I suppose it's possible to employ them in such a manner. Is it really all that suspicious to find a pair of gloves in the kitchen like this? I'm a detective! Everything's suspicious! That's the job! Facts. There's some very tasteful tableware here along with some kitchen utensils. This tea set is the same design as the one Miss Bound serviced with us earlier. You think Samson could have been drinking tea out of that? The pot and cup were dusted for prints. His were the only ones they found. And was that the case for the utensils too? Everything else had been washed, so there weren't any prints to find. And Mr. Tanro was wearing gloves while he was working on his confectionery. I can explain why prints were only found on the teapot and cup. Paul Halik piece with Tanro's fingerprints on it. Mr. Tanro's teapot. Added to the court record. Okay, now for the elephant in the room. So this is where the body was discovered. They took it away already, but everything else is just how we found it. Alright, here we go. Let's go. Left to right. It's really rather impressive making an entire ship out of chocolate. At Sensatero for you, just want to take a big bite out of it. Which part to bite first? So that's the real head scratcher, you know? By any part of the getting of the officer's crime scene so fast your head was thin! It was a creepy like that. I do sometimes wish Eddie could keep his cool a little better. Voyage of the Red Rover. After sailing the 7 seas, the legendary ship happens upon a great treasure at last. This piece is a tribute to the adventurous spirit of our ancestors. Appears the body was inside the treasure chest. A woman by the name of Bound found it. She did mention that. Crash, too. Seems she heard something breaking and came in to see what it was. Okay. Added to our logic. If only we had just a little more information. Something else in here. It looks like a seal of some kind, with somebody's initials and an intricate shape carved. So for making those fancy wax things on documents, do you think it belongs to the victim? No idea, but it's gotta get locked anyway, so I'll take that. Seal. A seal that was found near the body when it was discovered. What could the design signify? Added to the court record. Okay. Brought me this way, but I'm not done on this side. It's titled Voyage of the Red Rover. Alright, I read this earlier, so we're going to just kind of skip it real quick. So they sailed 6 whole seas before they found anything. Not exactly the luckiest crew out there. Sometimes you gotta take a bunch of wrong turns before you find the truth. That's what being a real detective is all about. Wow, wise words, Detective Bad! They even had detectives back in those days? That's not important. One of the stands for the ship is broken. The ship collapsed because one of the stand is broken. Alright, so we add that to the logic. The ship must have collapsed onto the treasure chest and smashed it open. That'd be how the victim died? Was he crushed by the ship? If he was, this becomes an accidental death and not a murder. Don't worry, detective. For the moment, we're simply discussing a possibility. Detective, can you tell us a little more about the state of the victim's body? Got a picture here someplace. You can see for yourself. Death was from blunt force trauma. The victim was struck and killed with some kind of blunt object. And what about the weapon? Has it been found yet? You can ask the prosecutor in charge about that. Detective's not one for sharing much, is he? Do you mind if we borrow this? No skin off my nose. It's not like it's official. Bound took it with an instant camera when she found the body. Instant camera? It means that it develops the pictures right there and then when you take them. Oh, like a Polaroid! That's pretty convenient. Now that I better get my facts straight and take down some notes of my own. There's something in this picture that contradicts with the current crime scene. I need to call on my powers of deduction to figure out why. Crime scene notes added to the court. Alright, we're done here. Okay, let's put together something, sound of something breaking, the broken stand, so we can connect that. Okay, it connected! The stand broke and the ship collapsed with it. And the loud sound it made brought Miss Bound running. Said the ship had already keeled over by the time she got in here. But why did the stand collapse? What caused it to break? Maybe the whole thing was off balance from the get-go? Could that really have been the case? Damage creation and why did it break? Let's put that together. Okay, that worked. All of Mr. Tanaro's creation are missing a little piece of each, including one of the stands that was holding up the ship. Somebody really went all out. You think it could have been the killer? It's certainly a possibility. Either way, I think we can safely say the stand was damaged and our mystery person's temper is free. And when it broke, the ship fell and smashed open the treasure chest, which would have remained closed otherwise. Hi. Says there's a contradiction, but I'm not sure contradiction is. Alright, let's take a closer look at the photo. Blood. Okay. I'm a little bit confused. Blanket. Did they clean up the blood?
Eureka!
Said the only thing that has been removed from the scene is the body. Then the piece of cloth was wrapped in. And something here doesn't quite add up. Take another look at the scene in front of us, Detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing. Don't remember anybody mentioning they'd remove the blood along with the body. Let me check with forensics. What is it, Mr. E? What did you figure out? Compare the treasure chest in the photograph to the real thing. In the picture, the solid chocolate bottom continues underneath the deceased's head. And yet, the part of the chest is now gone. Or with blood all over it. Exactly, so did the police remove it, or perhaps the killer? It wasn't forensics. They say nobody took anything like that away. Interesting. So somebody deliberately removed the blood from the scene. Could be. Alright. Crime scene notes updated in the court record. Investigation complete! I think we're about done here for now. Crime scene notes updated in the court record. If I wasn't convinced before, I am now. Tanra did it. No two ways about it. What do you mean? All the rooms in this place locked from the inside. The only way to unlock them from the outside is with this key. See, and who to access to that key? Who do you think? Tangaroa. It's the only one. There aren't any copies. Mansion key added to the court record. With the mansion key, Tangaroa could slip into anybody else's room anytime he liked. And he could even lock his own room from the outside if he wanted. But Mr. Tangaroa's room wasn't locked, was it? Nice! I guess it's time to battle. Maybe. 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 Nope, which is exactly what makes him a suspect. You could explain your thinking? Alright. As exciting as it is, as exciting as it would be to get into it with Detective Bad, we are at the 3-hour mark. So we're going to take a break here today. And we will be back, diving right in to have an argument, a conversation with Detective Bad. Actually, let's go back to the title. Sounds good. Sounds good. Oh, wait, I want to go back to title. Save. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, we did quite a lot today. We solved Bronco Knight's murder. My girl Fifi, unfortunately, it was my girl Fifi. But it be like that. Oh my god, I just realized I didn't change my chat for YouTube on my VOD. Oh, that's okay. If you watch it on YouTube, you'll be able to see the chat anyways. Be like that sometimes. Be like that sometimes. What was I gonna say? Our next stream for Ace Attorney will actually be the week after next week, because I will not be here next Wednesday. So we will be doing more investigating on Christmas Eve. Well, it is Christmas Eve in game. That'll be quite exciting. That'll be quite exciting indeed. So, alright. Well, that is it for tonight. See you around, souls. That is it for tonight. We will be back on Saturday with Persona 3 Reload. Thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate you all. We're making more and more progress in Ace Attorney investigation. Have a great day or a great night wherever you are. So stay safe and cool. And I will see you guys in the next stream. Good night. Good night. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.